Try not to swear.
It's okay if you do.
It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, my mother says, "Can you not do that?" I said, "No, I'm sorry."
Everything's edited, so.
Everything's edited. Good.
Everything's
She'll enjoy
edited.
that. Remember, I'm a good Catholic kid from Cleveland, Ohio.
Questions, go ahead.
Yeah.
Dale, the offensive line here has been a storyline for several years, point of contention a little bit. Just curious what your initial assessment was of the group when you came in.
Yeah, people are always going to look at the O-line and think everybody knows what's going on with them, and you got to take 5 guys and make them into one, and that's my responsibility. And there's guys here that have played a lot of football, so that's what I've got to get. I got to push them, make them better, and we got to get 5 guys. And so right now, we're in the process of finding out who the 5 best are, and then who's number 6, who's number 7. So that's what I consistently do every day is grade them, evaluate them. I have to coach them, and coaching's teaching, and there's a lot of things I have to teach to get them to be successful offensive line.
All of the guys have talked about how you're really moving them around, switching them in different positions. Do you feel like you're starting to come to like an, okay, this is where this guy plays best consensus?
Yeah, we're starting to get that. This is where he's best fit, and then I've got to teach a couple guys who can I cross-train to go here, go there, because of the fact that I got to put the 5 best out there. So if the 6th best is the backup right tackle, and the starting left guard goes down, then I got to move some guys around. So you got to cross-train, and you have to teach them, and then who's smart enough to pick this stuff up. So that's the key.
Who is your 5 heading into the scrimmage?
Oh, that's the 5 out there would be Witherspoon and Petrie, Reed, Bradford, and right now Cruz and Josh Miller. So Josh Miller and Enrique are battling each day, but there's competition. I mean, they all know, I can just pull you out any second because to get better, you need competition. And with that being said, I have to create it. So how do I create it? Hey, you screw up, I'm gonna pull you out. I'm not gonna let you sit in there and go, oh, you're gonna repeal, you're gonna screw up, and you're gonna say it's okay. I mean, life doesn't work that way. You screw up something at work, the guy that you work for gets on you, and that's what I'm trying to teach the kids. Hey, it's not okay to consistently screw up and be rewarded. All right, the greatest motivator is your ass is on the bench. Then the bench transmits a signal to your ass, which transmits a signal to your brain. And all of a sudden, it's a great process because then you play better. So I think the bench is a great motivator.
What was your previous experience with Fran, and kind of what drew you here to Syracuse?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering when this question was going to show up. I had no previous connection to Coach Brown. My connection was Coach Nixon, and Jeff Nixon had known me for a long time, and so we had always stayed in touch. We had coached, had played with each other for a little bit at West Virginia. I was older than Jeff by a couple of years. And then we both got in coaching. You see each other, Jeff and I. You talk football, and Jeff would say, "If I ever get the chance to hire you, I want to hire you." So got a call right around the time Fran was taking the job, and Jeff sent me a text about 6 in the morning, going, "How you doing?" And I go, "Oh, this ought to be interesting." 6 in the morning text going, "How you doing?" And then one thing led into another that week, and then Jeff said, "You're the guy I want." So that was the connection. So. Through Jeff Nixon was the connection with Fran, and Fran and I, get along quite well, and we're the same person. We have the same values of pushing the kids, making the kids play hard, toughen them up, and telling the kids that this game teaches a lot about life.
You've been with Brown at multiple stops.
Yeah.
I know you talked about Jeff, but why leave that situation at Louisville?
Because this was a better situation for me at this point in time in my life. So it was really easy. It was time for me to go, and that's the best part of the story. It was just time, and you're meeting other people, and I'm glad to be here. And it's been a great thing for me.
When you say best situation, do you mean gets you back as the on-field O-line coach?
Oh yeah, that's no doubt, and that's the best thing for me was coaching again and having that fire. And like I said, I was on a 1-year sabbatical, and it was time for me to get back out there. I mean, you do it, and you got to do it at a high level, and you have the intensity, and that's what I need in my life, and is to help these players become better players and try to make them become better people and become productive people in today's society. They have to get a degree, and so you have to push these players to become better on the field and in life, because they got to become productive members of society because they have to get a degree. So I'm here to push them become better as players and be better as students.
How would you describe ultimately what you want this offense to be, what the whole staff wants this offense to be?
Ultimately, it's about moving the ball, getting positive plays, positive yards, and scoring touchdowns. I mean, you're not going to score. We have 80 plays, we're not going to score 80 times, okay? So you got to be productive, right? Convert the situations. And I would say we want to run the football with the group up front, and you got to toughen them up. And to run the football, you got to practice running the football. So we got to run the ball, and you got Kyle McCord, so I know we're going to throw it, okay? We got good receivers, so we got to be balanced at the end of the day. But I mean, the defense is going to sit back there and dare us to run it. You got to run it. If they're going to load the box, then you're going to have to throw it. I mean, that's, and you're going to say, oh God, coach, that's typical coaching BS, but I mean, that's a true story. That is true.
Take 2 more for Coach.
Oh, just 2 more? Thanks. This is getting quicker. No one's asking any good questions. Okay.
You mentioned the intensity of practice, Coach. We saw Fran really working with the offensive line today. Is that normal, or is there something today that kind of set him off that he wanted to get right?
No, I just wanted to come over there, and Fran, he loves to come over there because he likes the intensity that I bring, and so the two of us just feed off of one another, go back and forth with it. But no, it's he's over there, and he knows what I'm doing. He comes over there, and he watches the drills, and he wants to get those kids because Fran likes big guys, and he wants the big guys to play harder and play faster and play tougher. And it doesn't matter today, 30 years from now, or 50 years ago. The way the team moves is the way the offensive line is going to move, and the way the defensive line is going to stop the other line. So it's what's up front that counts, and then we've got to get them motivated to play harder.
When you hear Fran say that he wants to run the ball, he wants to, bully everybody, as an offensive line coach, just how exciting is that to hear a coach say that in today's day and age where, maybe there is more of, throwing the ball?
Right, that's exactly right. I mean, you got to get those kids to come off the ball and be physical and play tough and be hard-nosed kids. That's what, unfortunately, society, you can't do this, you can't do that. But, this game is still about what? Knocking people back. And, you're an O-lineman, and you've got to do what normal people aren't going to do every day. Put the pads on, run out there with 25 pounds of gear, and knock somebody back. And how do you knock somebody back? Well, you got to impose your will on that defender on every play. It's a battle of wills. Who wants it more? All right, who's going to impose their will on that defender? Is the defender going to impose his will on you? And I got to get them to impose their will on the defender across from them and move their feet. How do you move somebody? You move somebody with your feet. And I say all the time, we're in the business of moving people. How do we move people? With your feet, and you got to impose your will and determination on them. Because if they impose their will and determination on you, we're going to lose. It's a battle of wills. And I tell them all the time, my will is stronger than yours. And when I stop demanding, you stop giving. So I demand that you move that kid over and over and over. It's life. I demand, you give. When I stop demanding, you won't give. Just like life. Okay?
Thanks, Coach.